everybody. This is Ashley from Big Ash's Cigars, and you're now watching the Burn Down podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Burn Down. Today we have a guest. You know her for smoking meat on Instagram and also smoking cigars, and that is Big Ash's Cigars, aka Ashley. What's going on, Ashley?
Not much. How are you guys? When do we get to the part where we smoke a cigar? Are we there?
Hasty, are we?
Geez, she's just like, let's go. Let's get it going.
You told me not to light up, but now I'm like, is it time? Is it the cigar time?
It can be any time you want. You can do it now, in 2 minutes, in 5 minutes, whatever you want.
All right.
This is your world. We're just living in it.
Oh, Frank Sinatra. I love it.
So you're in sunny California, correct?
I am. It's nice here. Not like everything else about the state, but the weather's perfect.
Not everything else, but
there's a couple things that are good and bad about California. You know?
Spot on.
Well, you just had a dust storm. So coming from New York, what is a dust storm like? Like, what is that?
Oh, it was just a little bit windy. Like we're in California, we're so dramatic about the weather. Like literally, like 25 miles per hour. Like everybody get inside.
That's like how it is down south when they get snow.
Yep.
Like when North Carolina got half an inch of snow, the whole fucking town just shut down. That's it. Gotta get the bread and milk.
When I lived in
happen if it had half an inch of snow here. We literally have like a sprinkle of rain, and people are like can't fucking drive, like can't do it.
That's it. I know exactly how it is because it's you guys are shutting your whole town out for half an inch. I was walking to school in 2.5 feet of snow. Okay.
When I lived in Atlanta, we were in downtown Atlanta, and they're like, "Oh, there's a snow warning. We might have to leave early." And then an hour later, they're like, "Oh, in northern Georgia, they had like a half an inch of snow, and there was no snow in Atlanta." They're like, "All right, everyone go home." And I'm like, looking out the window, I'm like, "There's no snow anywhere, but all right, let's go home."
Sure, I'll take it.
Unbelievable. So what are you smoking tonight that you're so excited to
because you're so like gotta smoke.
Ready. So I'm gonna smoke this Trinidad. I don't know if you guys can see it.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah, I got this in my Stogie Bird, which I like because I don't know about you guys, but when I go to a cigar lounge, I literally like sit in front of the humidor for like 25 minutes because I can't make a decision.
Yeah,
so I
decision today.
Packs because I don't have to make a decision. It's better for me.
When you're in the humidor, especially if they have a big humidor, you're walking around and all the same cigars are there, but you just like continually walking around. You're like, yep.
Oh yeah. Every time I go to lounge, I'm like, oh, do I want this one or that? Well, I haven't had that one. Like, I don't know. It takes me forever. And then I sit there on my phone and I like research it, and it's too much. It's too much pressure.
Sometimes you just want to walk in with a blindfold and just reach up.
Oh,
that's the one.
That's my favorite. I go to a lounge. I'm like, what do you recommend? Like, just pick for me. It's going to be okay.
I always just ask him what's new because we always ask Frank. I said, Frank, what's new? What's the latest you got in? He goes, we just got those. Cool, I'll try it. Yeah. I've had everything else in the lounge. So.
Right. So
I love it.
Are you drinking anything to pair with your cigar?
Yeah, but like it's embarrassing. I'm having a Monster because I want.
I was gonna say,
I just want my heart to do dubstep. So let's.
I like it. Do you typically drink energy drinks with cigars or what?
I mix it up. Usually I have coffee. That's kind of like my go-to with cigars. I like coffee. I like caffeine. Caffeine and nicotine are like 80% of my diet.
See, here's what it is. So she knew she was coming on the burn down, and she knows that we get hyped, so she needed a little extra kick.
Yeah. I know. It's been a long work day. I got to do this.
To get onto the burn down level.
Well, I already knew you. Like we've spoken before. I remember when you first started your Instagram, like not even a year ago, and you're way past us. So congrats on that. But when you first started Instagram, you had, I think it was last December. We went live, and I was like, you were saying a lot of witty jokes, a lot of sarcasm. Like you were quick with it. I'm like, all right, I like this person. I like this girl right here. She knows what she's talking about. So
thanks.
We're finally glad to have you on.
A lot of people are like, okay, can you be serious? Like, no, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah, this is
like,
who I am. Take it or leave it.
Why be so serious? Joker style.
Yeah, if you don't like it, go pound salt. How about that?
Exactly. Especially with cigars. I mean, it's fun. You relax, you have a cigar. Why? So many people take cigars way too seriously. And it's supposed to be for fun.
Exactly.
Like it's a hobby.
You can't take life seriously. You'll never make it out alive.
Yep.
Exactly.
So we're drinking, I don't know, we've never drank this before, but this is Jameson Cold Brew. Have you ever had this before?
Oh, no. Is it good? Have you tried it yet?
It's a fresh bottle we're about to open up. We got it from one of our listeners here. They sent us a congratulations gift for getting married and getting engaged. So we said, Ashley likes coffee and cigars. We might as well try this cold brew here. So we'll let you know how it goes.
I like it. Yeah, let me know if it's good. But yeah, if I don't drink coffee, I'm not super into whiskey. I know you guys you do your whiskey, you know what's going on. But I usually like rum or vodka, which I know isn't rum is a traditional cigar thing, but not vodka.
Oh, rum was great. I had plenty of rum when I was in St. Lucia. Oh God, I think I drank 2 bottles of rum while I was down there.
What kind of rum do you like to drink?
All of it, honestly.
That's a good answer.
Probably my favorite one I got out of Kauai. I can't remember the name now, but there's a rum maker in Kauai, and they make it on the island, and it's really good. I don't know if it's actually really good or just in my head it's really good because it's from Kauai.
Anything from Hawaii is always good.
Yeah.
Do you like beer?
No, I like wine. I can never drink beer. I tried it when I was
that's good.
drank beer in college, and every time I tried it, I was like, well, I guess I'm not cool. Sucks.
Yeah, well, in college, the type of beer you're probably drinking is not beer. You're probably drinking Rolling Rock.
Yeah. Everybody had Coors Light. That was the thing.
Oh, you were lucky if you had Coors Light.
That was drinking expensive beer in college.
I was drinking Jenny Lights and
But I've been to Hawaii twice, and I love Hawaii, and they have a beer called Kona Brewery. And I remember going there when I was in high school with my family. We went to the brewery. I was like, all right, this is cool. But now Kona beer is everywhere, and it's
solid
so
beer.
good.
We've had it on the podcast before. It's
plenty of times. It's so good. So anything from Hawaii is always good.
Well, let's get into these cigars because this is a cigar podcast, and we're already 10 minutes in. We haven't even lit up a cigar yet, and she's dying over here to have a cigar.
Dying here.
Let's do it. Come on.
So
let me ask you the first question: why we light up, and then we can kind of talk and get everything going. So let's talk about how you got into cigars. How did that come to you?
So honestly, it happened when I was in grad school. Is there a system when you light? Is there a ceremony, or can I just go for it?
So whenever we do it together, there's no other person to talk back to us, so we kind of light our cigars. Mm-hmm. But if you'd like, we can certainly take a minute to light our cigars and then come back if you want to take your time.
Do we say for the tobacco that's about to be consumed, or
and then the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit?
We can hold hands and say a little prayer. Absolutely. Send our regards to the big man upstairs. Thank you very much for the tobacco that I'm about to smoke. Why don't we do that? Let's take 5 seconds. We'll be right back, and we'll light up these cigars, and then Ash could answer the first question.
All right. Oh, yeah. So I was at an event. It was a fundraiser for our college, and one of our professors had smoke a cigar with your professor. So I went. I had no idea what I was doing. I had to relight my cigar 5 times. But it was cool. I don't know. I just liked the experience. So after that, I picked it up, went to a few other cigar lounges, and just kind of stuck with it. So I don't want to.
Your professor asked you to have a cigar?
Yeah, one of my professors did. It was a fundraiser event where you could go and buy dinner and a cigar with your professor. Really? So I wanted to get an A, so I paid my way through.
Well, yeah. You brown nosing with the teacher got you into cigars, so I respect that.
Brown nosing with the teacher.
I know. I thought it was so cool at the time too. I actually started grad school really young, so I don't even think I was 21 at the time. But back then, tobacco was 18, so it's fine.
Really?
Hey, at least it was just smoking cigars with a professor and not something else,
Yeah.
If I can get an A for smoking a cigar with a professor, I would have done that a lot more.
That sounds like a scene on Pornhub or something.
Oh, we can't say Pornhub on here. You have to say black orange, or black whatever, red, whatever the colors are. You can't say the actual word, otherwise you get...
Wait, so I can say fuck, but you can't say porno? That's the line?
We say fuck all the time, but on Instagram, on if you were to put it on Instagram, if we were to put clips everywhere, you just have to bleep it out. Because it's stupid. Although I was just watching TV the other day, and I shit you not, I was on regular television. It was on FX or something. I think I was watching John Wick, and they had fuck, shit, dick. They were saying all that stuff on television. I'm like,
well, after I think 11 o'clock at night, you can say that.
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
I think that's a thing.
Okay, so that's a new thing because you used to never be able to even say fuck. You can say bitch and stuff, but
yeah. Anyways.
Wow.
So what was it about like the cigar? You said you felt cool, you liked the experience. Like what were some of the things that you picked up on that kind of stuck with you?
Honestly, like I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what end to cut. I was like so lost. I was like, this is a completely foreign language to me. I just like the vibe of it, like everyone was relaxing. You have a good conversation. You can't do that when you're drinking. Like people drink, they go out to a bar, it's loud. You can't talk to anyone, but cigar people are chill. Like it's a different kind of vice,
Hell yeah, they are. I mean, that's what we love about it is no matter who you are, where you're from, what you believe in, what your political affiliation is, doesn't matter. You go and have a cigar lounge. Everybody's friendly. Typically,
I like to use the metric 99% of people who smoke cigars are usually good people. The 1%, those are the people that, we tend not to gravitate towards.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that with anything, though, Well, some things have more douchebags, but anything with, like, mostly cool people, there's always, like, 4 dudes who ruin it for everybody.
Yeah. There was a time in the cigar lounge that we go to that there was a group of characters that walked in that shouldn't have been there and were causing a little bit of a problem, but that was one time out of every other time that I've ever been into a cigar lounge,
So how is it? So you go to cigar lounges often. So how is it being a sister of a leaf, a female, going into a very male-dominated area? What's that like?
It's cool. It's kind of like sometimes I go into cigar lounges and people are still like, "Oh man, the flavored cigars are over there." And then like later on in the lounge, like one dude will be like, "Hey, aren't you Ashley?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I am. That's me." So it's kind of weird now that I have the Instagram, because before I would just go into a cigar lounge and like nobody knew who I was and it was fine. Like I'd pick out my cigar and mind my own business. But now they'll be like the dudes who try to like help me and give me a flavored cigar. And then someone else will be like, "No, she actually smokes a lot of cigars. Like, what are you doing, bro?"
Yeah, now you're Insta famous.
Yeah, they better recognize.
You got to recognize.
Yeah, not a famous though. It's whatever. It's cool.
You're Insta famous in like, let's be honest, if you have over 10K in the cigar community, that's kind of Insta famous in the cigar community because there's not many cigar accounts out there, period. I mean, I only know of, there's got to be maybe 20 accounts on Instagram that I know of that are cigar accounts with more than 10K. Now think about all the other industries out there, the fitness industries. God, there's thousands with over 10K.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I could probably list, I don't know if I could list 20 that have over 10K.
Like I would, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of not being a manufacturer, like not Padron, not Davidoff, but like influencers.
Professional account, but like actual, just like people who smoke cigars.
So
there's not.
How has life been being regular Ashley going into cigar lounge to big Ash's Ashley now going to a cigar lounge? Is it weird people coming up to you and kind of recognizing you from like Instagram and stuff like that? Yeah,
it's like good and bad. It's cool. Like at my regular cigar lounge, everybody knew me before, and I go there all the time, so everyone's still exactly the same. Like, oh, she's gonna tell another shitty joke, isn't she? So like it's fine. It's cool being recognized. Occasionally people are kind of weird about it. Like they'll ask like, I don't know, just really weird questions where I'm like, bro, like sit over there. Like, what are you doing? But for the most part, people are really nice. Like, I like it. I mean, I like cigars in general. They're cool people.
That's the equivalent of the dick pics on Instagram.
Yeah, I remember first starting, like when we would talk on Instagram and you're like, wow, there's a lot of weirdos on here. I'm getting a lot of weird things. And I'm like, yep, welcome to the club.
Thankfully, so I've probably blocked since I've had my account like 500 people. So thankfully, I think I weeded all the weird ones out. Like I've already blocked them, so now I don't get new weird ones. Because I think there's just guys who every time a new cigar account pops up, they like message them right away and they're like, "Hey, girl," with their like weird basement creepy voice. I imagine them being super weird. Maybe they're totally normal.
No, they're probably. I mean, I get some stuff that I have to block some guys. I can't imagine what women get in the cigar industry. But I was thinking, I'm trying to think, because I try to put myself in their shoes. I'm like, what's making them do it? Like, what do you think's going to happen? Do you think that Ashley's going to be like, yeah, I want to meet up with you. You're from Zimbabwe, and I have no idea who you are, and I'm just gonna send you pictures, or I'm just gonna come over there and meet up with you. Like, what do you think's gonna happen?
90-Day Fiance style.
Like,
I get it though. I mean, I think if I were a dude, like I'd probably be showing everyone my dong. I'd just be like, does anyone? I don't know. I've never been a dude.
That's like you ever see the old Scooby-Doo? Like I'm sure we're about the same age, but it came around like the 2000s, and they switch bodies, and he turns into like Daphne, and he's like,
Yes.
Hey, I can look at myself naked.
Oh, brother.
That was on Scooby-Doo. Isn't that like a kid?
Yeah, it's like a kid's movie with real like adult actors, but they throw like the sexual innuendos for the parents and stuff like that. If you had to be a guy, who the guy you want to be in life? Was it be like The Rock or somebody?
Oh, if I had to be a guy, like any guy?
Any guy, not even famous.
Any guy. Oh shit, that's hard. I wouldn't want to be like Elon Musk or anything. That seems like way too much pressure. I probably want to be like an athlete. That's
respectable.
Yeah, but not like a quarterback or anything like too stressful. I want to be like third string, so you make like $800,000 a year, but like you don't have to work too hard.
You want to be like the second string kicker in the NFL.
Because they don't really get injured, but like you still get the football money. You still get the Super Bowl.
That's what I said. I told my fiance, I said, listen, if we have a boy, I'm going to make him a kicker. I said they have the longest careers. They have the least amount of injuries, and they get paid millions. Like if you're a good kicker, like look at what was the guy who's in the he's like 48 years old and he's still a kicker.
Robert Vinatieri?
Yeah. You don't want to be a running back.
No, like all those guys, they like 6 years and they're out.
Yeah. Do you like sports? Are you into sports? I think you are.
I am. Yeah. I mean, not really. Like I'm not into sports. Like I feel like it's very misleading when I say I'm into sports. I'm into gambling. Yes. I like gambling.
Let's go.
Well, like, sports, no. I'm not like, oh, I got to wear the jersey and have all the gear and like.
No, I just want to make a few $100 every week.
Yeah. I will bet on anything. It does not matter.
Let's go.
So how are you into gambling? What got you into that now?
My dad. So growing up, my dad used to have poker games with his buddies, and like for some reason they thought it would be cool if I played. So I got to go play poker with all the guys. I'm convinced now they were letting me win because I won a lot as a kid. Like more than a kid should. Because I play poker now as an adult and I'm not nearly as good as I thought I was. So buddies were like really bad at poker. They're just letting me win.
Like they kind of built you up as a kid to be like, oh, this is easy. I can do this. Now when you're an adult, you lose. You're like,
now you realize that poker has like it only has a small percentage of what cards you get.
Right.
Like 20% is like you have to get some good cards, but like 80% of it is. That's why if you have a professional play some. Like an amateur, professional don't even have to know their cards. They'll just play the person. They'll play the person. They'll win every time.
So, do you like playing poker? Is that your favorite?
No, I'd probably say betting on horses is my favorite.
Wow, we got a gambler. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a good conversation because I love gambling.
Do you? Yeah. But yeah, definitely playing the races. That's like my go-to. Like every time I go to Vegas, you'll usually find me in the sports book betting on like the horse races or some kind of game.
I love it. All right, so casino. What's your table game?
Usually I play poker. I do like blackjack, but like I'm not one of those crazy people who's like, oh, I counted the cards and like we're -2. Like I can't do it. I can't hang with it. They use 6 decks. Like no. All right, I'm not Rain Man. But yeah, I do like blackjack. Like if I'm just drinking and hanging out with friends, blackjack, because I feel like it's like you don't have to pay that much attention, you know.
You should check out Pai Gow Poker. Should check out Pai Gow Poker because it's a very, since you know poker, you know all the poker hands, and Pai Gow is one of those games that you can sit for hours and just drink, and you won't lose a lot. You won't make a lot. You could make a lot of money, but the key is that you're not going to lose a whole lot because like 90% of the time you just push, and it's just you just go for the next hand, go for the next hand, go for the next hand. So it's one of those games that's just slow, and you can just sit there and just be hanging out with people, drinking, smoking your cigars. You should check out that game. It's very simple. I'll talk to you about it offline because I don't want to get too much into.
Don't get this guy going.
He doesn't gamble, so like we could have a whole conversation on gambling. He doesn't gamble.
Are you Mormon or what's the story?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I just never really got into it. You know, I would go to Atlantic City all the time in Jersey. You know, I'd win a couple $100, but then I would see why people get addicted because like you're up a few $100 and then you lose $50. Like, all right, I'm gonna make my 50 back. Then you're down another 100. You're like, I'm gonna make my 100 back. Then you're down $200, and I'm like, wow, this is a very addictive drug that I don't want to get used to. So,
Yeah, but the key is if you can control it when you're up that, you walk.
Mhm.
Walk.
yeah, I've just never been. I like to gamble on other things besides my money, I guess.
Yeah. So do you play like at all, or
What was that?
do you play the stock market at all?
I do. That's
that's gambling.
That's more my style. That's more long-term gambling. But it's I don't get fun out of sitting at a table waiting around. That's just not my style.
No, I love it. I'm Team Justin here.
Yeah.
This guy, this guy gambles. He's the luckiest. Well, he's the one of the luckiest people I know. Like, he's always winning money. He's always winning this contest, this giveaway. So I get why he likes gambling. Me, I don't have that same luck.
Well,
I don't think I've ever won a contest like ever in my entire life.
See, sports betting is a little different though, because sports betting, I kind of view it as this. It's like the stock market, except it's a quicker result. Whereas in a stock market, you're looking for companies that you think you have a good value at this price, right? You think it's going to go up in the long run. Same thing with sports betting. When you're betting on a team, you're looking at what the line is, and you think, oh, this team is much better than the amount of points that they're getting, so I'm going to take this team because I see value. So if you research into it, like for instance, if you had a game where it was Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing the New York Jets, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers only had to win by 2 points, you'd be like, oh, hell yeah, they're going to crush them. So you see value in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So at that point, you'd be like, oh, I'm going to bet $300 on Tampa Bay, and they'll most likely win, and you win the money.
I play fantasy football. That's about all as much gambling as I do.
Yeah, this is the first year in like 4 years that I didn't play fantasy football.
See, that's one thing I don't play.
He does, see, we're a little bit opposite. He doesn't play that, I do.
You play fantasy football? What?
No, I just bet on games every week.
Yeah.
Okay, I take it like this. I don't want to see with fantasy football, if I pick a player and he goes down the first week, then I'm stuck with him for the rest of the season. And if that's my quarterback, I'm fucked. But if I'm gambling on the games, I don't have to play that team. I can pick a different team.
It's almost. It's kind of like gambling. You just got to be able to know who's who. Who's available, what trades to make. It's also like very. You have to know what you're doing too, in a sense.
So what's your favorites? You like to bet on horses, and I love betting on the Kentucky Derby and all. I love going for the Triple Crowns and all. It's great. But besides horse racing, because that's not one of the main sports in America.
No, nobody follows horse race. Like, it's just me and like 3 other dudes. Like, I think that's all of it.
So what's one of the main, like, out of the main sports, like baseball, football, basketball, hockey? Which one of those, soccer? Which one of those do you bet on the most?
Usually like basketball and football are like the 2 that I bet on the most. Which
is your favorite out of the 2?
To bet on, I like basketball just because I like all the exotic bets, like the over-unders and things like that.
Love it.
Yeah, I like to just like pick a team. I'm like, fuck it, let's see if it goes over 100 points. Like, let's bet that. I don't know. Basketball's, there's all those like I love all those weird prop bets. They're fun.
Are you an adrenaline junkie? Do you like jumping out of planes and stuff like that?
No, I am so clumsy. I do none of that. Like,
you fall out the planes. You
go indoor skydiving. Like, I'm not for me.
Because I get the vibe that you kind of like, you look for adrenaline. You kind of like that rush.
No, I just like gambling. Like, I don't know.
It's not gambling if you know you're going to win.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't even really like paintball. Okay, so
I've never gone paintball. Have you gone paintballing?
Never gone paintball.
You're never paintballing?
No, I don't want to wake up with welts on my body.
Yeah, it's very painful. I haven't paintballed since I was like 22, and it's not like past 30. Paintball's not cool because your body doesn't recover. I hate to say it, but it's like a thing you shouldn't do past 30.
Yeah,
ever.
I just don't see the point in going and just getting like blasted with paintballs, waking up with bruises and welts the next day, and be like, "Yo, this is great. Let me go do it again."
Yeah.
So the last time I paintballed, I actually got bubble wrap, and I like bubble wrapped myself, and I walked out there like the fucking Marshmallow Man.
See, there you go.
That's smart. That's
just
smart.
Go camping. Smart. Just go sniping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got hit so much because I couldn't run because I was like all, like in this giant suit. It was ridiculous. No, I don't recommend paintball. I've done it a few times. It was cool. Like when I was in high school, a lot of my friends went paintballing. But I do not recommend. Like 2 stars on Yelp.
See, what you need to do, if you're So you said that you like basketball, betting on the basketball. What you need to do is what I do every year with my buddies is we go to Vegas for March Madness. We go for the first weekend of March Madness when there's 64, 68 games. Holy, if you like betting on basketball, talk about a rush. Oh my God, you just bet on everything. I'm just sitting there watching like every single game. Like, there's this game, I got the over in this game. I got Texas over here. I got Florida over here. I like Duke over here. I got the under in that game. I got that guy for 20 points. You're just like smoking cigar after cigar after cigar, drinking. You're like, oh, it's just.
Do you go to Vegas for March Madness?
No, I've never been. You know what sucks about Vegas though? So a few years ago, you used to be able to smoke cigars in like all the sports books, and it was totally fine. Now, like Aria got rid of their cigar smoking. A bunch of the other ones, like you can smoke cigarettes, but you can't have a cigar, which makes no sense to me.
See, I was just there in March, and they said that you can smoke, but you have to be sitting down.
Oh.
And then the other thing, which was, in my opinion, just dumb, was going to a table. So I went to a table, and they had like the plexiglass, whatever. And I said, hey, can I smoke? And you had to wear your mask while you're walking around. So I said, hey, can I smoke my cigars? And they said, yes, you can smoke your cigars, but when you're not smoking, you have to put your mask back up. I said, hold on a second. Let me figure this out. So I can smoke my cigar, all right? But when I take my cigar, when I'm done, I have to put the mask back up? He said, yes, correct. I said, wait. Hold on. I'm like, let me clarify a little bit more. I said, so I can blow smoke all over the table into everybody's face. But then when I'm not smoking, I have to wear the mask to protect everybody. He goes, yeah. I said, does that make any fucking sense to you? He goes, no, this is the rule. I said, okay, I just want to make sure that you know it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's the same thing with like eating. Like, oh, you better wear a mask. Well, if you're chewing, it's fine. Like, what? How is chewing making any fucking difference?
I was on the airplane, and they're like, when you're eating or drinking, you don't have to wear a mask. So they came by, would you like any snacks? I'm like, yeah, I'll take a snack box. I'll take that snack box. I'll take 4 drinks. I'll take 57 pretzels. I was just eating the whole trip, the whole ride. Just one pretzel after another.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing. Did you go to I think it's the Monte Cristo Lounge? It's the same one that's in Caesars with Casa Fuente.
Yeah, I've been there. I didn't go when I was there, but I've been there before.
So their rule is if you're smoking and you have food, you don't have to put a mask on. So if you buy like $8 worth of chips, you don't have to put a mask on. But if you're just smoking, you don't have any food, you have to wear a mask.
Yeah, they had that in New York.
There's no logic, I think, to really any of this stuff. It's really
no. I think it's just a scam to make you buy like $8 worth of chips. Like it doesn't make any sense.
So my buddy was saying it. He was he was having people, because he manages a restaurant in the city, and he was having people like the same thing. Like you had to wear your mask. He goes, if you're at the bar just drinking, you have to wear your mask. But if you order, he's like, listen, he goes, what I was doing is I was just telling people to order a side of fries. He goes, how many people you got? You have 5? He goes, order 1 side of fries, and I'll just put it on 5 plates. So he was putting 5 little tiny like teacup plates, and he was just putting a little bit of fries on all of them. He's like, you guys are good.
I love it.
So how has it been living in California with all this craziness going on? Like, how are you surviving out there?
Like, I'm literally so jealous of everyone I know that lives in Florida right now. Because, so if you go, like, some cities are fine. But, like, LA, I was just in LA yesterday.
It's the worst city in the United States.
Everyone, just so you know, if you're in your car and you have someone else in the car that you live or don't live with, like, put your mask on. And it's like, dude, like, this is my best friend, and we're together all the time without a mask. Like, why do we need one together in our vehicle? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Everyone there is, like, super paranoid. They don't care if you're vaccinated or not. Like, you got to wear a stupid mask. I personally hate masks. Like, that's actually why I got vaccinated, was because I was like, I can't wear a mask at work. Like, I can't do it. I don't want to. But yeah, California is, like, crazy. Like, there's so many people that are so paranoid, which I get. Like, if you're high risk, be worried, whatever. But they're just very, like, this state's very into controlling everything. Like, they love micromanaging stuff.
Yeah, it seems like it's bizarre. I mean, I just saw someone post a picture in California with the gas prices, and I'm like, man, I thought New York was bad. I mean,
oh, it's brutal.
Oh yeah, we $1.60 or 65 a gallon in sales, like different sales tax and gas tax and shit. Or no, there's sales tax.
How much are you paying gas?
So I just filled up the other day. It was like $4.50.
Oh my god.
But $1.60 of that is just the different taxes the state puts on the gas. So like if you cross the border in Arizona, it's automatically like usually $1 cheaper.
So they throw a tax on top of the gas.
Yeah.
all these different petroleum taxes on, and then on top of that, they put a sales tax.
And your car filled up for $450 when you said $450?
Oh no, $4.50 a gallon. No, my car was like $100 to fill up, but still, it's like $80 every week.
For sure.
Yeah, that'd be $100. That'd be $100. I would think I have like 22 gallons. It'd be like $100.
God, I've been to LAX twice. I've never actually been to California, but I don't know, man. I see more and more people moving out of there. I don't know what's going on with that place.
Yeah. So this last year was the first year in 90 years that more people moved out of California than into California.
Really?
I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not surprised. That's bonkers.
I know, it's crazy. And we just had the recall election, but Newsom did better than he did in the original election. So go figure.
We were just saying before we were shooting another episode, and we're like, hey man, numbers don't lie. And then I was like, maybe today's day and age, numbers do lie.
Numbers definitely lie. Take it from me. Like, I actually did a lot of statistics, and it's kind of what I do in my real job. Numbers are so easy to manipulate and lie with. Like, so easy.
Easily.
Yeah.
We always talk. I always see the ones where they say, like for an example, you can have, like where they say, okay, let's say you have 1,000 people, and 501 of them, let's say the study shows A, and then 499 the study showed B. Mm-hmm. So you in statistics, so it's pretty much 50-50. But the way that they'll tell you is they say more than half have gone with A.
And it's like not like barely a majority.
And
like that's
although the majority did this. I said, really?
I know.
I love the studies where they show on the news when they have these just ridiculous studies, and I go, how many millions did it cost you to do that? I saw one that said studies show, recent study out of the Harvard School of whatever shows that consuming 2 to 3 alcoholic beverages a day can lead to weight gain. I'm like, really? No shit. Like, how many millions did you spend of our tax dollars running that stupid research?
I know.
I don't want to go there. I don't want to.
But yeah, not to go bloom on you guys, but yeah, California is totally fucked. Like,
have you lived in California your whole life?
Yeah, pretty much. I lived in Arizona for like 2 years, and then I moved back to California. So pretty much like my entire existence has been in California. And so I feel like I can tell you firsthand how fucked we are because I know.
Oh yeah, we're in New York.
New York's not much better. We'll tell you that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, New York is like baby California. Like you're almost bad, but like you still have California to mess it up and like make you look better.
Baby California. That's good.
It's terrible, but
anyways.
Hey, let's go off somewhere. We're getting a little.
Oh, let's talk about something happy. Like
yes, exactly. Okay, so let me ask you this. Okay, so you started Big Ash's Cigars. Okay, and now you have like 15,000 followers. What's the next thing for Big Ash's Cigars? I know we had talked previously that you said you might want to start your own podcast. I don't know if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel or if you're going to start your own business with cigars. Like, what's the next thing for Big Ash's Cigars?
Well, no, I'm just kidding. I don't have any like bigger. I like wish I had something cool to be like, guess what's coming in March? Like,
guess what's coming in.
You heard it first on the Burndown.
Exactly.
No, I mean, I have toyed around with the idea of starting my own cigar. I think it'd be cool, but I don't think I would ever like aggressively sell it and try to be like Davidoff. It'd be more of just kind of like a pet project. But that's like way down the road. Right now, if I can ever get my act together, because I'm terrible at website design, I'm like working on a website where I have different cigar reviews and then different recipes. Like you guys talked about, I cook a lot, I do barbecue. So if I can ever like get my shit together with designing a website, that'll be launching soonish. If I see what I mean, like within the next 3 years.
You should check out Wix, because that's what we use to design our website, and it was user friendly. Yeah. It was kind of intuitive. Yeah, I did
through WordPress because so like once I get into a project, I was like, well, now I have to like code it all myself. And I have a friend who's a website designer, and he's like, I'll just set it up for you. And I was like, no, I have to know how it works, because like, what if you don't want to be my friend anymore and then I can't fix it?
But it's good that at least you know how it works.
Yeah, I think when I started that project, though, I didn't realize how long it took me to like write a cigar review. Like even just like a few paragraphs, because I started going through my old pictures and like writing reviews of things I've already smoked. But it just takes so long to like actually write it up, because I keep notes on different cigars, but they're like like my own jumbled up thoughts. Like no one would want to read it and be like, oh, this is kind of like a McDonald's French fry. Like, okay, thanks. What's funny is I was listening to the Hot Ticket podcast. They were talking about like that whole thirds rating and like how that even, like, where did that start? So after that, I was just like joking around because they recommended a cigar and I tried it. So I put that on my Instagram post. I was like, first third, really good. Second third, still good. Third third,
good.
Awesome. Like,
because do people really obviously there's people that want to know about it, but majority of people, they just want to know, is it a good cigar or is it a bad cigar?
Yeah. And like, if I look at cigars on like Half Wheel, like they write these really long reviews where they like go into such detail. And I always just like scroll to the bottom, like, would you buy again? That's what I want to know.
You want to see the rating. 4 out of 5 stars. What's in it?
Yeah, that's all. I don't even want like 90 points or whatever. I want like Netflix rating, like thumbs up, thumbs down.
People have very low, what's the word?
Attention
span. So like, just get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why people like Instagram, because it's so just like you don't have to think too much. It's like, all right, they posted a picture. They said they liked it. They didn't like it, whatever. Move on.
Things have gotten just shorter and shorter and shorter. I mean, look at when videos first came out. People were posting like longer videos. Now you go on TikTok, it's like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And people just like swipe.
Yeah, one of my most popular TikToks, I think, is like 5 seconds long. Yeah. And it had like 1,000 views. Like, it's nuts.
It's wild.
I'm surprised. So have you gotten banned from TikTok yet or what?
Oh, so I haven't gotten banned, but I have a lot of videos that like I post and then they're like, oh, it violates our like rules or whatever. And then I appeal and then I post again. I don't know. I like TikTok, but I don't know if that's like the future. Like, I want it to be because it's kind of fun, but I don't know if it's like the next Instagram. Really.
TikTok is very fun, but it's just a lot of people who overindulge themselves where they think they're very important. People actually care what they have to say. Instagram's the same thing, but.
Are you telling me that my 1,000 TikTok followers don't make me special?
Maybe.
No.
No, you know what I mean. But like, there's just like people that go on there and they're like telling their whole life story, and I'm like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, sharing like too much information with everyone online, and then like, why are you judging me? Like, well, because you just told me all this stuff. Like, that's why.
A lot of people, first off, they get so consumed with trying to be this avatar on a social media platform, and they care what all these people are saying on how they have to act, and they get so caught up in being that avatar, they forget who they even are as a person. And the second thing is, with that, they care about what people say, and they care too much about the opinions of other people that, one, they never, ever, ever going to meet in their life, ever. And two, are those people affecting your life off of the social media? Are they affecting your life in any way, shape, or form? Are they paying your bills? No. Are they Are they part of your loved ones? Are they in your family? Are they doing anything for your life? Nothing. They're dropping a comment on judging you about whatever, and you care about it.
You can delete it if you want.
I'm like, who gives a shit? That person is probably in their mother's basement just writing stupid comments to everybody they come across, trying to make themselves feel better. It's like, who cares?
I know. What's funny though is I do take things personally. Like, one dude on my reel was like, she doesn't even like the cigar right. And then I was like, oh, like, come on, bro. Like, and then I had to respond because so before I posted my reel, I was like, it looks kind of stupid because it's not lit all the way. But like, I always like underlight it because you can go back and touch it up more. But once you burn the fuck out of a cigar, like, it's always going to be burnt. Right. But I even he was like, I don't even think she's a real cigar smoker. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, really, guy?
You should just link your Instagram.
What you do with that, you just kill them with kindness. You just respond either very sarcastic or be like, hey, thanks for noticing my cigar wasn't completely lit. Thank you for noticing that. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a nice day.
I know. I did have to go in full detail though because I couldn't. I was like, I gotta explain to him. Like, I can't.
She couldn't let it go.
You don't have to explain to anybody.
I'm that person who can't let shit go. It's the Italian in me. Like, I will remember.
I hear that. Speaking of being Italian, I was at the Columbus Day Fair the other day or a couple of weeks ago, and it was quite good. I know you. I don't think you were able to, or they don't celebrate it by you, but
it's People's Day.
What? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But where I was, Italian flags all throughout the town. Columbus Day Fair was in full effect. Are you full blood Italian?
Pretty much, yeah. My mom's like 3/4, my dad's full Italian. So pretty much, yeah. I don't speak Italian though, which is unfortunate. Like growing up, my grandparents spoke Italian, but my mom didn't want them speaking Italian around me because she wanted me to learn English first. And then I just never learned Italian.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. Honestly, I was like, you were such a good parent, but you're really fucked up there. Like,
I know exactly how you feel because my parents are the same way with German. So my mom,
Yeah.
I always told her, I said, why don't you just speak German? Because I wanted to learn it, and that's the easiest way to do it is when your parents are speaking it, and at a young age, you just pick it up. And she's like, so my mother spoke, my dad spoke proper German, but my mother spoke Bayerisch, which was kind of like a slang German. So she's like, listen, we tried. She goes, it was too difficult going back and forth, and then I would understand some stuff. I couldn't understand some stuff that he was saying. He couldn't understand the slang that I was speaking. So she's like, we just kind of put an end to it. And I'm like, I would have been so, because knowing another language, just second nature, because my mother is just second nature. Like she doesn't, most people have to hear the, whatever it is, translate it back to their first language, come up with an answer, translate it back, and then spit it out, right? Like if we were to do Spanish. Did you take Spanish in high school?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you'd have to translate it and then spit it back out. She's just
5 years, don't remember shit.
She's just like it goes in and out. So
yeah. The way we do language in this country too. Like, what is the point of starting people in high school? Like at high school, your brain is already so developed. Like start them in preschool. It doesn't make any sense.
yeah,
I learned Spanish from 8th grade to 12th grade.
yep.
And I remember a handful of things. I know basura. I know donde es el baño. Like,
You know where my Spanish came in? When I'm smoking cigars and trying to read the words.
There you
That's
go.
Spanish came in handy.
I did the same thing. I did it from eighth to like senior year or whatever. And I was fortunate that the pizzeria I worked in growing up, the guys in the back spoke Spanish. And I actually became a little bit, I learned more conversing with them, like actually using all the basics, like where's the bathroom, how can I do this, can you give me that? Using it with them, you learn more and more sticks than reading it out of a freaking book.
Yeah, the more you're around the people who speak it all the time, it just comes back naturally.
Oh yeah, for sure. But you guys don't have like here in California, if we have Spanish, it's like from Mexico. Like you guys have Puerto Rican Spanish, right? It's like
No, we have Dominican.
It's everything.
You got
Spanish.
Puerto Rican. You got Mexican, El Salvador.
The guys that I worked with were from Ecuador.
Yeah, I used to work with guys from Guatemala and El Salvador. I mean,
really, but it is like a different type of Spanish. Because I remember in high school, I talked to someone, and they spoke like Mexican Spanish, but another coworker spoke like Guatemalan Spanish, and a lot of the words weren't the same.
Yeah, it's like it's the same thing where if you were to have proper English, like if you have English from the UK versus English from Brooklyn, they're both English, but there's a lot of words from that are
just like anything else. There's slang.
There's slang from Brooklyn, or like in Philadelphia when everybody says everything's a jawn. That's a jawn. This is a jawn.
I don't know.
If you go to UK, nobody's gonna know what a jawn is.
Nope, not at all.
Oh, okay. How do I get back to my Zoom?
I don't know. Ashley's fucking shit up over here.
And then I got a phone call, and then I hit cancel, but it
Don't
canceled.
they know we're filming right now? No phone calls.
I know. I honestly should have put my phone on airplane mode. I forgot about that.
What are you gonna do?
We've come this far. Like I can't. Now we just got.
Come on, they got to know you're being interviewed. You're someone special right now. You're something of importance.
Can't stop, won't stop.
So let's talk about some of the meats that you're smoking. Because every time you put up a video you cooking, I'm like, damn,
Them smoked meats.
I want some barbecue right now.
Give me that meat.
And I need it. So where does that passion come from? Because that looks like another passion that you have, obviously, that you said before.
Yeah, it's just the Italian thing. Like I grew up around food. I like cooking. The barbecue thing's kind of cool. Like in California, we like barbecuing. But it's not the same as like if you go to Kentucky or Carolina or something, like they're very culturally confined. Like in California, we don't really have a barbecue culture. We just kind of take from all the different regions and do our own thing. So it's kind of the cool thing about California barbecues. I can do anything I want. I'm like, oh, it's California style. Like we have no rules. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of picked it up one day. I like it. I got a Yoder. I had a Traeger before, but it exploded. So I brought it back to Costco because I bring everything back to Costco. And then I upgraded and got a Yoder, and I've had that for like 4 years, and I love it.
So what's a Traeger and what's a Yoder?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what the heck's a Yoder?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm talking barbecue nerd. Like like how you guys are like, oh, you got a V cut and whatever. And people are like, I don't know what that means. Like, so they're kind of the same thing. They use pellets instead of like actual like chunks of wood. And that's what they use as the fuel source. So when you cook your food, it's got like that smoky flavor to it. So they both do the same thing, but the difference is like the Traeger would be like having a Honda Civic, right? And then having the Yoder is like having like a badass Audi. That's kind of the difference.
All right.
Okay.
Good comparison.
Yeah, so they both do the same thing. Just one does it like way sexier.
There you go.
So do you use the way sexier one then, I'm guessing?
Yeah, my Honda Civic blew up, basically. Like that's what happened.
That makes sense. You got like a 94 Honda Civic that you kind of blew up. Now you got the brand new badass Audi, and that's all you use.
I think I am going to upgrade though and get like an actual offset smoker. So what those do is you use like actual chunks of wood and like coals because you have to like be there and maintain the fire. But it's like a good excuse just to sit outside and have like 5 cigars and make a brisket.
There you go. I was gonna say, so what's your prized smoke meat? What's like your prized meat that you love making that you have it down to a science?
Definitely beef ribs. Like beef ribs are the one thing that like every time I'm like, hey, I'm gonna barbecue. What do you guys want? Everyone's like, you're gonna make beef ribs, right? Like, please make those again. I do brisket, but like, I don't know. Brisket's not that exciting to me, and it's a lot of work. But
That's
beef ribs are like my
common meat. I feel like is brisket.
Yeah. So the reason is it's like a cheaper cut of meat. It's not right now because of COVID. Like a lot of meat packing plants got shut down. It used to be though, like you could get it at Costco in California for like $3.50 a pound, and now it's like $8.99 a pound.
Wow.
Which at that point you're better off buying like a New York steak or a ribeye because it's like $13 a pound.
Do you have like a secret or like your favorite barbecue sauce that you like to use that you can lighten us with?
So I like to make my own. But if I don't make my own, I usually go with Sweet Baby Ray's. That's like my go-to when I don't.
That's like the best barbecue sauce there is.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, I feel like that one's like pretty versatile. But I like making my own sauce. I think it's an Italian thing too. Like growing up, I remember like I'd get up on Sunday and my grandma would be like making this big vat of sauce, and then she'd send it home with like all the cousins and everything.
Yep.
So is your sauce sweet? Is it tangy? Is it spicy? Like what side? How does?
So it depends. If I'm doing my ribs, I make one that's like a little bit sweet and spicy with like tomato sauce. If you're doing pork, like I like more of the vinegar pork sauces without ketchup. But I don't really do pork a lot. Like it's not my thing. I'm a beef person. I like beef better.
Do you smoke any chicken?
I do. Not crazy about chicken. Like I don't know. No one ever like calls their mom and it's like, oh my God, I had the best chicken. Like, you know?
Yeah. No, chicken's probably not something that you would smoke. Chicken's more something you fry.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you brought up like the vinegar sauce because there's a spot by us, a restaurant called Old Fields, and their barbecue joint. And so my fiance and I went there, and she's from Texas, so she knows what real barbecue is. So when we had the barbecue, I asked her, said, hey, like, is this Texan approved? She goes, oh yeah, no, this is Texan approved barbecue. I said, yes, finally. We found a good spot. And they have fried chicken with, well, they have the brisket and all the other stuff, but one of my favorites is they have fried chicken. But the sauce is this Carolina vinegar sauce, so it's like a spicy vinegar. And it's not like thick; it's very liquidy because vinegar. But it's so good with the chicken. You had it. You had the deep fried chicken.
Yeah, I didn't like the vinegar. I didn't like the vinegar sauce.
Oh, it was so good with the chicken.
Not my style.
People in Carolina take it seriously, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, but like basically, depending on like which side of the Carolinas you're on, they have like a ketchup feud where like half of them think that you should put ketchup in your sauce, and the other half like want it super clear, vinegar, just spices. It's like a whole thing.
So do you put ketchup in your sauce?
It depends. If I'm doing like beef stuff, yeah. Like if it's not like a super vinegary, because I do like the chicken thing or the pork thing with like just the straight, like no ketchup vinegar. But if I'm doing beef, then I usually like more the Texas style with like the sweet barbecue sauces.
Because you know that's like an important thing is if you know how to make sauce. That's a very important thing.
Sauce is important.
Now, do people? You seem to call it sauce.
You get that?
You know how many times I've been?
You're not just going to speed past that. Like,
I know the reference. I know the reference. I'm sorry. I had a question in mind that I wanted to ask her.
I know. You need to wake up. Have some of this coffee stuff. You're like you're
I'm trying to listen to her
there.
talk. You know, I hear you talking. So now, do people in California, do they call it sauce? Do they call it gravy? Because that's another hot topic over here in New York.
No, they call it sauce. I'm sorry.
So I call it gravy, but then nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about. They're just like, oh, you're putting gravy on mashed potatoes? Like, no, I'm not making mashed potato gravy. I'm not making biscuits and gravy.
I thought we were going to be friends when we started talking about gambling.
Dude, you're not even Italian.
And now you got to go. I'm not. I'm German. And you put
go.
gravy on mashed potatoes.
Don't listen to this
Yeah.
guy.
No, okay, so you do put gravy on mashed potato. Like, I'm with you. But, like, also, if you're making a tomato sauce for pasta, it's a gravy. Like
No, you just said it. If you're making a tomato sauce for pasta, it's not gravy.
Because
It's
I
sauce.
grew up saying sauce, and now my fiance, her family calls it gravy. So I was very confused. And my grandmother calls it gravy, but I kind of like both. And now I kind of say, it depends on who I'm with, but I kind of, I'm like versatile. I'll say sauce or gravy.
All right, when you put the red tomato what on top of pasta? It's not tomato gravy. It's tomato sauce.
You're right.
You know what?
He's not even Italian. He's trying to argue with me. He's not even Italian.
I'm not, but I'm German, and we put gravy on mashed potatoes.
But that's like saying, what's a German? That's like saying,
No, the Germans, we got it. It's gravy and sauce.
You call schnitzel like, sausage, and you're like, no, it's schnitzel.
No, schnitzel is not. Whoa.
See?
Schnitzel and sausage are two completely different. That's like saying, you call beef chicken or do you call beef?
That's what I'm saying.
Because I say around the white people, I call it sauce. And then around the olive people, I call it gravy. So
I like the way you said that.
You okay over there? You got the smoke?
I got smoke in my eye.
White folk, sauce, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's, it goes both ways. It just depends how you feel for the day. But I see both sides. And like I said, it's, people call it gravy, people call it sauce. So I just had to get your opinion on it.
I just like to stir the pot. I like to stir the sauce.
You're like,
when you say gravy, I just feel like it's more, I feel like you're like really authentic Italian. I don't know why. I've said sauce my whole life, but I feel like gravy is like the real authentic way of saying it.
do you want like a fun, authentic Italian fact?
Sure.
So there's a couple things that people think of as like so iconically Italian, but there's like no fucking chicken parm in Italy. Like that's not a thing.
I've definitely heard that.
Yeah, everyone is like, oh, what's your favorite Italian dish? Oh, chicken parm. Okay, well, that's an American dish, so try again.
And pizza is completely different the way it is in Italy.
Oh.
And I do like pineapple on pizza though. I won't lie. I do like it.
I gotta go. I'm just kidding.
All right, we're gonna end it now. Ashley, thank you for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Pineapple doesn't even belong on the same dinner table as pizza.
I just love pineapple. It's like probably like top 3 fruits. So, mix in with a little bit of sauce, a little bit of cheese.
So it's good. That was grilled pineapple. You can grill pineapple with like a little bit of cinnamon and sugar. It's the best.
Ooh.
Try that next barbecue.
Damn.
I love grilled pineapple.
We're coming to your house for when we're in California now.
I don't know what would be better, pineapple or mango. Like, which is my favorite fruit?
I don't know. They're both delicious.
Both freaking. And not many people like mango. I love mango.
Mango is like so juicy.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't like cutting mango.
No, I just eat the fucking skin.
Why not?
Just eat the whole thing.
Have you ever tried to cut it? The pit doesn't make any sense. I never know which way the pit's going. Like, and I always guess wrong. Like, there's no good way to slice a mango, and then it's sticky everywhere.
You know what? The thing about it, I don't think I ever cut a mango before.
Do you buy yours at Whole Foods, like pre-cut?
No, I think it's just already like someone else already serves it cut.
Well,
I just
sounds
cut
like
I'm spoiled.
I just cut like you stand it up and I just cut one side off as close to the pit. And I cut it in 4s, and I just I eat the skin sometimes too because
I don't really know too much of cooking. I know how to make a bowl of cereal and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, basically. So,
well, you'll get by. What about avocados? Are avocados big in New York? Because they're like,
Oh my god, I want fucking everything. Avocado toast and eggs. I want my avocado toast.
Avocado toast and eggs is good.
It is. It's fucking delicious. But to answer her question, yeah, it's all over New York. It's on every brunch menu there is.
So I always wondered that about other states because I feel like there's foods that we just eat here and we just assume everyone else is doing, but I guess not. I don't know. It's
avocado. Yeah. I mean, it's extra. It's more expensive anytime you want it. But I never was into avocado until like about 2 or 3 years ago, and I didn't realize avocado was guacamole at one point too. I was like, oh, okay. But then someone introduced me to avocado toast with everything bagel seasoning. Ever had that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Trader Joe's everything.
It is Trader Joe's. Yes. Yes.
The good stuff.
It is the best. The absolute best.
No, but seriously, if you guys come to California, come visit me. I'll cook for you. It'll be fun.
Say less.
What's another fantastic thing that I actually just had it when I was in St. Lucia, and it was because Kelly got it because we were ordering like just eggs and omelets every day, and she's like, I want something different. Lox and cream cheese. Do you like smoked salmon at all? Oh man! So it was a little mini bagel. They had mini bagels toasted with cream cheese, lox, and capers. Oh my goodness!
Capers too? Can't do it.
Oh my goodness!
You like that, Ash?
Like, isn't that that's like a staple food? I thought at like Jewish delis in New York.
It's a big Jewish thing.
Oh my goodness! It tasted so elegant though too.
My dad likes lox. My dad likes lox spread. I'm like,
lox spread. Whoa! Hold on. just give me the actual piece of salmon. I'd like to see the salmon.
No. He likes lox and stuff. I'm not about that life. Capers, not about that life.
Do you like
not
salmon
about it?
though?
Yeah, I'll eat salmon.
Okay.
I'll eat.
We'll get.
It's like on a restaurant, but not cream cheese. When you get I don't know if they do bagels in California, but when you come to New York, you get a bagel with just cream cheese.
No, it's not even the same. You think they have? Come on.
It's not. Like the one time I was in New York, I had like a real bagel and I was like, this is what it's supposed to taste like. This is so much better. Yeah, no, I was like low-key a little bit pissed. I was like, I've been eating these bagels my whole life. I didn't know this is what a bagel could be.
It's all in the water. All in the water.
Yep. Same thing with pizza. That's why pizza's so good here.
Like when you go to Florida, there'll be bagel spots that say water imported from New York. There ain't no water imported from New York and Florida. It still tastes like crap, but it's the best. It is the best. So like when you move, like I lived in Connecticut, I lived in Atlanta, and the bagels aren't the same. There's no delis really. Do they have delis in California?
We do, but like not the same.
Yeah,
like that's really big on like supermarkets with like all the stuff. Like there's not like I love those little boutique mom and pops where it's like you get one thing, like you get one loaf of bread. That's the only thing they make. It's really good. Like we don't have that here.
Do you guys have diners? Do you guys have diners in California?
We do, yeah. Like we have restaurants. We're a very modern state.
No. Whoa. Not restaurants. I'm talking diners.
Yeah, are you talking about like the kind where it's like a little hole in the wall and you like order at the count? Like what kind of? Maybe your diner means something different than mine.
No,
Tell me about your
diner. Like 1950s style. It's a restaurant like you could sit down and order, but their menu has everything you could possibly want, and they're open 24/7. You can go there at 2:00 in the morning and get wings, hot wings, or a steak or pancakes.
Yeah, we have a lot of stoners here, so like we have a demand for that kind of stuff.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. But no, we totally have diners. It's cool. It's not that bad. I'm making California seem way worse than it is. Like aside from the politics and the crippling debt, the fact we can't get anything in our ports, it's a great state.
Those are some big ticket items.
I was gonna say she hit the 1, 2, 3s right there. Well, the crippling debt's not California. That's the whole fucking United States. So we can just throw that one out of there. But
yeah, I know it's fine. We'll just print more money. Don't worry about it. We're good.
Exactly.
Right.
Just raise the debt ceiling.
When in doubt, just print more money. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, so it's weird though. Like, I mean, you guys see this too. No one has cash anymore. Like, are you mystified by that like nobody ever has cash?
I never have cash.
I always have cash.
I walk around with plastic only.
But like no one else has cash. Like it's so weird. Because I grew up like my dad would like pull out his 20s and be like, here you go, kid.
Yep.
But now if you're like, oh, can I Venmo you?
That's another thing. The Venmo is I always have cash on me, but
I owe years ago before all I don't use Venmo. I use Venmo every once in a while, but I always just use plastic, like a debit or a credit card.
And I'm surprised because your dad's he's always got a 20 in there at least.
I like having cash on me, but once I have cash on me, like I start to spend things I don't need to spend. Like that's $30. Oh, I got $40 on me. Let me go spend.
So I got to get the big bills.
Yeah,
carry hundreds, and you won't spend $100 on a $5 cup of coffee.
Oh, you won't spend. No one takes a $100 bill.
Isn't that bizarre?
Having $100 bill is like having no money at all. Like you might as well have.
When you go in restaurants and they go, we don't accept $100 bills. I'm like, well, that means you don't accept American currency. So. And
what's funny too is even like it'll be some of the high end restaurants like, oh, we don't accept hundreds. Really? Because the bill is $550. Why don't you accept hundreds?
I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean,
Right?
yeah, no, it's super weird. I do, not to get all conspiracy theory on you.
Let's hear it.
But
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hold on. Hold your horses, everybody. Here we go.
get ready for this. No. So as an economist, I do get kind of like conspiracy theory with like the Fed and money and everything like that. But you know, there's laws where they're like not allowed to charge you like percentage increases on credit cards and things like that. So my theory is the whole reason the government put that in place is so that we can steer away from cash, because there's no cash. It's really hard to do crime because everything electronic has like a digital, tracking and right. That, and then they can tax everything. Like if you put something on a credit card, they know exactly how much money you got. They can tax it. If you pay in cash, I don't know what happens.
Exactly. Cash is king. That's why I like all the businesses that's why if I ever had, like, we have a business, but if I was a restaurant, I would love cash. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because if you pay me in cash, I don't have to report that to the government.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm old school too. Like every time I go to one of these little like mom and pop places, I'm like, hey, do I get a discount for paying cash? And they're like, no. I'm like, you should be 3% for the credit card transaction fee you have to pay. Like,
No, there's a lot of
they're the rest right across the street.
places in New York like that all the time. They're like,
they look at me like I'm the crazy one. They're like, well, why do you have so much cash? Like, because I sold drugs. Like, why are you asking me?
No, right across the street. The pizzeria across the street. They do it. They say if you pay, there's a 3% upcharge if you pay with a card, but they said likewise there's a 3% discount if you pay cash.
Smart.
So I'm like, love it. I'll pay cash.
My mechanic, my whole life, always told me to pay cash because he's like, hey, it's $1,000 for a credit card, but if you pay me cash, it's like $750. I'm like, okay.
Exactly. It's why whenever you're negotiating, I always ask, what's the cash price?
Yeah.
Because whatever the price is, what's the cash price?
See, that must be a New York thing, or maybe like an Italian thing. Because in California, they literally look at me like I'm a crazy person. I mean, I do it at Walmart. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. You suffered enough in California. Maybe just come over to New York. You might be able to fit in a little bit better.
You know what? I would come in a second if there wasn't snow. Like I can't do the cold. Maybe Florida. Like I could run with the Florida thing, but like I can't do the snow. I don't understand putting chains on your tires. Like what is that?
No, you don't put chains on your tires. You just learn how to drive in the snow.
Yeah, chains on your tires. That's like more of an old school thing. Like people who have older cars, but like I don't really see too many cars with chains on them.
No, they make tires that can handle rain and snow.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me this whole time I've been stuck in California and I could have just driven out?
Hey, listen, I had a 2014 Lincoln MKZ. Well, first of all, when you're in the Northeast, you need an all-wheel drive car. That's number one. You can't have a Mustang. You can't get front wheel or back wheel. That doesn't work anywhere around here. So I had a 2014 Lincoln MKZ for years, and there was a huge, huge snowstorm, and I was bulldozing through mounds of snow like I had a Ford 250 pickup truck, and I was like, man, this car is good.
Yep. So
yeah, you might be living in a little bit of an altered reality.
That's why I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Gets through anything.
Same.
Great. Well, I guess I'm packing up. I'll see you guys in like 6 hours. And
if you're driving, might take you a little longer than that, but
no change. So what are some New York things that you think happen, or on top of your head, that you think are like real or happen more often?
Like we think everyone in New York like lives in a city in like this shitty little apartment. Like that's our perception. Like everyone just lives like, little like 10 by 10 little box, like which is a toilet that you have to shower over because your bathroom's so small. Is that not how it is?
No. So let me tell. So I always tell people this because it's great that you said, because everybody thinks that when you hear New York, they think of that. They think of the city. They think of dirty. They think of everybody's mean and everybody's nasty and blah blah blah. Okay. New York, I always say New York has two parts to it. There's the city in Long Island, right? This little bottom right-hand corner that is like that. You pay out the ass for this tiny little thing. People are always in a rush. People are pissed off. They're mean. They're angry. You got the city. It smells like shit all the time. That's the bottom right. The entire upstate New York, which accounts for like 95% of the land of all of New York, is complete opposite. People are friendly. There's plenty of open space. There's mountains. There's trees. There's country. There's lakes. It's basically like Texas, except not colder. Except colder.
And no guns.
No, there's guns up there. No, there's.
I've been lied to about things about New York.
You can't. So here's the thing about New York.
So many people have guns in New York.
You can't have a handgun, but you can have a shotgun or a rifle, and that's what everybody has. You go upstate New York, everybody's got a shotgun and a rifle.
Interesting.
And not everyone is in the mafia. Let's just put that out there. If you're Italian and you're in New York, not everyone's in the mafia. Every single person, especially people like in the South. When I lived in Georgia, I'm half Italian. All my attributes, everything are Italian. My last name is definitely not Italian. But regardless, people are like, you have family in the mafia? Are you in the mafia? I'm like, do you see my last name? There's no vowels, there's no nothing. But that's the perception.
I just tell them. When everybody asks, I just say, next subject. Just don't answer the question, then they'll never know.
Yeah,
and they'll always treat you with respect because they never know.
Exactly. Maybe we better not mess with him.
Exactly. There you go.
But yeah, no, it is interesting though. Perceptions of different states. Like every time I go and travel, people are always like, "Oh, you live in California. Do you know anyone famous?" Like that's the first question I always get asked.
Yeah, the same thing like in Long Island when they say, "Oh, you live in New York. Oh, do you know so and so lives in the city?" Yeah. I said, "You realize that there's like tens of millions of people that go in and out of the city every single day? You think I know John Smith, who's your friend?"
Yeah. No.
Even in my hometown, like people are like, "Oh, do you know so and so? They went to high school 7 years before you." Like, no, because they went to high school 7 years before me.
I don't even know the people that went to high school the same year as me.
Yeah. There is that's like. I don't live in Long Island anymore. I live about 15 miles north of the city, but I'm from Long Island. Justin is Long Island. We're here in Long Island. But, if you talk to anyone outside of New York and you say Long Island, the same thing. They're like, "Oh, I got a cousin or a friend in Long Island. It's Johnny Boombats." And I'm like, there's like 6 million people in Long Island. The percentage of me knowing the one guy or girl, is very unlikely. So I don't know why you're asking.
That's like almost the same odds as winning the lottery. Almost.
Yeah. You have a better chance, probably.
Yeah, lotteries, a lot of them are like 1 in 49 million. So like it's not that far off.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I wonder how many people are in New York. But
so who are your going off topic now? So who are some of your favorite people, because we're all Instagram people. So who are some of your favorite people on Instagram to interact with, that you hang out with, that you've met before? Who are some of these people? Because I always like to see, who they like, who they've met before.
Besides the Burndown podcast.
Yeah, besides these guys.
I was you guys. I can't pick you.
We'll accept an answer, but we need more.
We'll be number 1. Who's like 2, 3, 4? And...
Honestly, so I love like all the different Sister Leaf accounts. Like I talked to a lot of the other girls that have Instagrams. They're all super cool people, except for the ones that aren't. But I won't name them.
That's a topic offline.
Right? Yeah. No, I really do. Like I love following their stuff. I love seeing the different cigars they're trying. Like we have a little group chat and we all talk to each other about different stuff. But I like all of them. Like I don't know if you guys follow. It's cigar.melanie. She's cool. Mm-hmm. I like Stogie Chick. I like forget her Instagram name now. Like I think it's the Cigar Madam, like Coco.
Oh, I know her. Yeah.
Yeah, Whiskey Josie Girl is really cool. Yeah. I feel bad listing too because I'm gonna forget someone. I'm like, you don't like me? Like, no, I just forgot. Sorry. Like,
yeah, we're friends with all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, we've met Josie before.
Yeah, Whiskey Josie Girl's really cool.
And we've had Ben,
Ashley Smoke.
Sister and Smoke.
Yeah, Sister and Smoke's really cool too. See, that's the problem. Like I list them and there's so many cool. There's like probably like 20 or 30 like cool girls on Instagram that I talk to.
And we've had Cigar Lover.
Yeah, Ibis.
I actually think she looks like Ibis a little bit, doesn't she?
I think we might have said that.
Yeah. It's weird. So I met her in person and I feel like we look very similar on Instagram, but like in person we look like nothing alike. Like completely different person.
Really? Well, I mean, that's not surprising. Most people on Instagram don't look the same they look in real life. So
yeah.
You know what? So it's funny. I get that comment sometimes at cigar lounges where people are like, "Oh, you look just like your pictures," and I'm like, "Yes, they're photos of me." Yeah. Like, how did?
No, it's very It's very surprising because there's a lot of fugazi on Instagram. A lot of people.
Yeah.
They don't.
So yeah, when I met Cigar Lover 12, I think the most surprising thing was like she's so tiny, like she's literally like a pocket-sized person. It's like so cute, but I didn't realize she was like so short because on Instagram like there's no scale. Right? Like unless someone's like standing next to someone else, you don't realize how tiny they are. So I thought that was kind of the cool thing when I met her. I'm like, you're adorable. But yeah, she's cool. Chase Fire is actually really cool.
Chase Fire.
Chase Fire.
Yeah, and it's
Anna,
funny.
Right? Is that her name, Anna?
Yeah. And before I met her, like I just thought from her picture she was like a very serious person. But then I met her in life, like she's so goofy and so fun. So I really like her. I don't know if you guys follow Terry Valentina. She's also really cool.
No,
No, doesn't sound familiar.
Her name is like the Champagne Lady or something like that.
Oh, is that she's down in Florida with I see her, I think blonde, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I see her with I go all the girls down in Florida.
Yeah, she's cool. BS. Like, there's literally so many of them that like I said, I feel bad listing because I'm gonna forget someone. But yeah, I mean, and then there's the dude accounts. Like, they're cool.
Yeah,
like, no offense to you.
We don't have to talk about that. You already know the top. You already know the top ones. I mean, come on.
You're the cool dudes. Like, my problem is all the dude accounts are like exactly the same account. Like, they're literally just like, here, let me be a dude account. Like, oh, there's my cigar bro. And it's like, there's no face in it. It's just like just a hand holding a cigar. And it's like there's no information. There usually won't even be like a caption or anything. Like, they don't even tag. Like, so I'm like, even if I wanted to like figure out what cigar that is, or if you liked it, like I couldn't because it's just a picture of your hand holding a cigar. Like, that's not useful.
Well, we don't even need to go into the guys because 1, 2, and 3 are Burn Down Podcast, Dapper Cigar, Brother Cigar. I mean,
exactly.
That's 1, 2, and 3 right there. So don't even need to talk about the rest of them.
No, there are cool guys out there. I personally don't find them as interesting, other than you guys. You guys are the only cool guys.
See,
hey, we appreciate it. You know, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to be. You know, like you said, a lot of the accounts they look very the same, and the only way you stand out is you do something different, or you stand out in a very unique manner. So, like you said, there's so many accounts that I follow. Like, here's my cigar, beep, and I'm like,
yeah, literally, like I could give you 10 pictures of like the top like male influencer accounts, and I guarantee you would not be able to tell me what account they came from. Like, they're all the same.
well, it's funny 'cause we used to not post a lot of our face.
yeah.
And then we just started.
Once we got the podcast, I was like, we need to show our face more.
You got to show the face more.
Yeah,
because
you're like a lady.
What was that?
You're like a lady influencer now.
Yeah, you know, we gotta. Hey, what are you gonna do? You know, we gotta flaunt what we got. You know, because I used to just take pictures of I used to put the cigar on the table and put stuff all around it. I'm like, all right, because I was a little camera shy.
But that wasn't a bad thing though, because to her point, saying like, oh, you can take all the pictures and you won't know where it's from. But with yours, I could pick out what picture was yours because of the layout. It was the white, and you had a very unique style of posting the cigars. It wasn't just like, oh, here's a hand. You had it all laid out and everything. So I knew when I saw, I go, that's
the biggest thing was the white background. That was like the biggest thing. People always said, like, I know it's you because of the white background.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like, I don't want to hate on people. Like, they're doing.
You don't got to backpedal. Don't worry. No, hurt no one's feelings on here.
I like it. I like personality. I mean, I think the thing is, I like cigar smokers. Like, I like the people behind the cigars and everything. So for me, like, a hand it's not a person. Like, there's no personality behind it.
And
like, you guys are
it's so weird. Like, you feel like you know, like you talk to these people because like I feel like we know you. Like, if we met in person, it wouldn't be like awkward. And I say this all the time. We meet people. It's like you kind of know the person's personality and who they are, and it's like social media is very weird in that aspect because it's like I kind of know this person already. You know?
Yeah, we're like family.
Yeah, La Familia. You know how it goes.
Exactly.
I love it.
But yeah, there are. I mean, I think it's just cool too that these accounts are out there. Like, I think it's good just that there's more awareness about cigars. It's like not such a weird taboo like old man's club thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for the day like cigars take like a real big uptick and it's not really as like discouraged and like banned as it is now. Like I feel like the more and more, hopefully, the more and more social media grows, there'll be more and more cigar people, and one day it'll be like, all right, you know, maybe cigars aren't the same as cigarettes, and maybe we shouldn't be taxing them as much.
I mean, let's face it. If Seattle can legalize all drugs, hard drugs, marijuana, cocaine, heroin, all that stuff, they can legalize. You can let cigars let us off the hook, all right? Stop taxing us 75% in New York.
Yeah.
It's awful. I know that's the worst part of it too. When I talk to people in Florida, I'm like, "Oh, it's a good cigar for $6," and I was like, "Well, it's $12.99 here."
Yeah,
like, must be nice.
That's when we talk about these cigars. We're like, you know, here it's a $13 cigar, but maybe in Pennsylvania it's probably a $7 cigar.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Better price point.
Exactly.
Well, we appreciate your time for I think we're a little over an hour and a half. So thanks. It's been really good chatting you. We got to sit in a more formal setting to get to know you a little bit more. And, hang out, come on the podcast, and smoke a cigar.
For sure. Thanks for having me. You know, hopefully I didn't say anything that gets you canceled.
Nah,
you
never
can't
that.
cancel us, man.
Never that. So,
you can't cancel us. We have our own website now, so if anybody wants to cancel us, we're just gonna go onto the website. So
watch you get banned on like YouTube in California. Like,
Please.
she was it.
And guess what? All the people in California that are trying to watch YouTube, you got to head over to the website to watch it.
That's right. So before we let you go, we'll give you the red carpet where people can follow you. You can follow your stuff, anything that's happening, so we can know where we're going.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for having. Wait, did you want me to list my stuff? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. In social media, anything you got that you want people to know about.
Yeah, Instagram, TikTok. If you have the attention span of a goldfish, you can find me there. Facebook. If you follow me, I don't really use it. I made the mistake of like accepting everyone on Facebook in the beginning. I don't know. Whoopsie. Sorry. I don't like Facebook. Don't follow me there. It's whatever. Instagram. Like Instagram's the best place. I'm there. Big Ash's Cigars.
Well, you heard it here first. Follow our Big Ash's Cigars on Instagram and TikTok. Not Facebook, not so much.
Fuck Facebook.
Yeah. So with that being said, we'll let you go. Thank you for your time. Enjoy that barbecue. And thank you for coming on the Burn Down.
Salud.
Bye.
Yeah.